Thank you, Adam. I'd like to thank the Board of Governors, the Academy, and the Selection Committee. But you know what? It's just not bad for a career that started out basically as an extracurricular activity in college. You remember those college radio stations? They were great places to study all night. You know, you had no windows, bright lights, soundproofing. But I didn't realize when I was in there at 2 o'clock in the morning that I was being, I hate to use the word infected, but that's probably the best word to use, infected by broadcasting. And it's a lifelong affliction that I'm glad that I caught. A lot flows from things that you just don't realize at the time. The 1 year in my whole career, I wasn't in television. When I was on Wall Street for a while, I missed it terribly. So when I had a chance to return, I jumped at it. And it's a simple story. I couldn't afford the New York Times. My friend that lived in my building did. So one Sunday morning, I'm looking through the paper and I see this ad. It says, Wall Street Week, looking for a producer with some business and television background. Apply. And I did. And I basically came down to Maryland, and that's where the story really begins. As we've seen here tonight, everybody owes a lot to everybody they work with and are with. I owe almost everything to two women that are here tonight. The first is my wife, Cheryl, who, like myself, is a TV kid and a TV lifer. She worked in programming. I met her the first week that I worked at Maryland Public Television. And I just remember tall, blonde, and gorgeous, and I'm hooked. And it took me a little while to go beyond that, but you know, I'm glad I made that decision. But that decision would have never happened without the other lady that I have a pleasure of sharing dinner with tonight. Ann Darlington was the creator of Wall Street Week. She's the one that put the ad in the New York Times, and she was the one that hired me. And thank you, Ann, because everything else flowed from that decision. And I must say, it has been a wonderful career and an unusual career working almost entirely for one broadcaster. Maryland Center for Public Television in those days, Maryland Public Television today, Maryland Public Broadcasting. We've changed the name several times over the years. But MPT basically stands for providing the viewers in Maryland programming that is special. Sometimes it's programming you can't get anywhere else, but it is programming that is produced with the heart of people who live right in our great state. And I'm very, very proud to have been able to be there for so long, and that they have supported me unendingly. We have Larry Younger, our president, here tonight, along with Stephen Shupak and Jay Parikh, the three gentlemen that I work most closely with on corporate matters and basically just trying to make sure that the show stays up to their standards. But I also want to highlight two gentlemen that I work very closely with on a daily basis and who have been the other two people that are my team, and I should say, I hope I'm part of their team for over 20 years, Brian Roberts and Dave Scrivener, my two EPs. Together, they've showed an unrelenting enthusiasm, creativity, and basically a willingness to bail me out so many times that I can't even really count anymore. A lot of people went in, stuck their neck out to put me up for this award this evening, this honor. Alec Webb, who you heard on the video, has been the only announcer that we've ever asked to do Wall Street Week and to do MotorWeek as the booth announcer for the entire run of both shows. That's pretty special too, and the reason is because Alec has a voice like no others. And that's what we have at MPT. We have people that I just haven't seen anywhere else, and the type of talent that everyone needs recognition for, and they all deserve it. So instead of blathering on, let me just end with this. I'm often asked by other producers and also by students coming up in the business, how can you do the same thing every week? Because after all, I've had my name on 2 of the longest running weekly television series in television period. How can you do the same thing every week? And I look at them and I always say, because every week it's different, every week it's exciting. That's the business we're all in. And we're so lucky. And I hope basically I can keep doing it a while longer. Thank you very much.